Dagon. There's a quiet irony running through this story, the kind where God makes his point without raising his voice, without sending a prophet, without any fanfare at all. Dagon was the chief god of the Philistines, half man, half fish in many depictions, god of grain and national pride. He had temples in the major Philistine cities. He was the god the Philistines praised the day they captured Samson. He stood at the absolute center of Philistine identity and power. And then the Ark of the Covenant arrived in his temple. The Philistines had captured the Ark in battle, taken it from Israel, and brought it home as a trophy of war. They placed it in Dagon's temple at Ashdod. A statement? Their God had defeated Israel's God. Proof of superiority. They set it down and went home. The next morning, the priests arrived to open the temple. Dagon was face down on the floor, lying prostrate before the ark. They set him back in his place, straightened him up, said nothing publicly about it. The following morning, they came back, face down again, but this time his head had snapped off, both hands severed, lying on the threshold. 1 Samuel 5:4 says plainly, "Only the trunk of Dagon was left." God didn't send a messenger, didn't announce what he was doing, didn't call a press conference. He just waited until everyone went home and in the quiet of the night made his point. Twice, before anyone was awake to see it. Then came the plagues, tumors breaking out across Ashdod, spreading to every city the ark was moved to. The Philistines eventually loaded the ark onto a cart, hitched 2 cows to it, packed it with gold offerings, and sent it back to Israel as fast as they could. They couldn't be rid of it fast enough. And Samson brings the story full circle, blinded, chained, brought into Dagon's temple to be mocked and displayed before thousands of celebrating Philistines. Samson prayed, God heard. The pillars came down, and more died in that moment than in all of Samson's previous battles. The ark wasn't just a religious object. It represented the covenant presence of Yahweh. When the Philistines placed it in Dagon's temple, they thought they were displaying a captured relic. What they had actually done was bring the living God of Israel into the house of their idol. God didn't need Israel's army to defend his presence. He just needed a night. Isaiah 46:4 says, "Even to your old age I am he, and to gray hairs I will carry you. I have made and I will bear. I will carry and will save." That's the contrast. God carries his people. Dagon had to be carried by his priests. And every time they set him back up, he fell down again. You don't humiliate the presence of God and walk away unchanged. He doesn't always answer immediately, but he always answers. And when he does, everyone in the room suddenly understands who was in charge from the very beginning.